Hello and welcome to the weather update. It is about 8:30 p.m. on May 31st, 2019, and we end the month on an extremely smoky note. And take a look at this satellite here. This is the loop. Look at all that smoke that has really just enveloped. It's really thick. I'm going to just see if we can pause it for a minute here and just put it right there. So look at that. That is some really thick smoke. Look at all that convection over there. There's something trying to get developed over here. We're going to talk about that a little later. But first, look at this smoke. And I was just very thick smoke, and it's coming all the way from these fires in Alberta, Canada. Here is the Worldview satellite. Here are these fires just producing a tremendous amount of smoke that is covering much of the country right now. Actually, much of the northern two-thirds of the country is being affected by this smoke. Here, of course, out west they're not being affected, but here you could see very thick, and you could see it's just shooting out from these fires right across the country, right across into the upper part of the country here, and you can see here it's even thicker smoke back to the west. We may have even smokier skies tomorrow, perhaps. It's very unusual, so I want to show you what it looked like outside, because a lot of meteorologists sit behind a computer and they don't go outside to show you what's going on. I am going to show you what it looked like outside today, because it was incredible, especially the sunset. Really unusual stuff. I want to show you just how disgusting the sky is today. Very hazy. It's all due to smoke from the wildfires that are taking place in Alberta. And these wildfires, it's not only, it's creating a lot of haze in the atmosphere, and it's also creating a lot of condensation nuclei, so we're getting all these extra clouds popping up as well. Alright, it's about 6:45 here in Hicksville, and you can see the haze and smoke in the sky. It's even thicker than before. The sky is a very milky gray, the sun is being dimmed. This is what climate change looks like. I'm in Carl Place. We're looking at the sky. Well, actually, I'm in Mineola. I think we're going into Mineola. Taking this walk because I got to go to the supermarket, and we don't have a supermarket in Mineola that's not a dive. You know, the Western Beef is a dive. That place. It's like, you know, it's a ghetto supermarket basically. You don't want to go in there, so we got to go to North Shore Farms up here. But I'll just show you the sky. But I'm glad to see we have some new poles, but. Again, I'm taking this video outside because a lot of weather people, they don't go outside, they sit behind the computer all day, you know? They don't show you what it's really like outside. I try to show you what it's really like, and just look at how hazy that sky is. I've never seen it this hazy. This is really hazy. Hazy that sun is. It's really hazy. It's one hell of a red sunset tonight. Alright, so this is Glen Cove Road, that's the parkway, and we're going to take a left down here. There's a little path that we can take. But just look at how hazy that sky is. I mean, this is really unusual. So I got to show it to you because this is not normal. It's just another reminder of the serious situation we're in with our climate. I believe... See, which one is the pathway? I think it's this one, yeah. Is it that one? This one. All right. I believe climate change is becoming a real crisis now. Okay, well, I've always believed that, but it's just getting more evident than ever. Just show you this. It's a nice part of Mineola here. It's like the east side. Most of Mineola is nice. It's, you know, you can sort of see that hazy sun. Look at that haze in the sky. That's a lot of haze. Look at that. That haze in the air. Just look at that haze. Wow. This is not normal at all, folks. Not normal. That's what I mean with these fires that are... This is all from Alberta. This is thousands of miles away. This is very unusual to see. This is thousands of miles away from here. Which is crazy. Alright. And what this is going to do... it's going to make the ice in the Arctic darker, which is actually going to speed up the melting process. Again, for those on the Little Elysium on the South Shore, you're going to be the first to feel the effects of rising sea levels and increased tropical activity. So they think they have it made, but they really don't. And we got to remember that you will eventually have to set up shop in the middle of the island, because again, it's the safest place from climate change on Long Island. Look at that sun. Gosh, look at this. Look at the sun. Look at that. Look at how hazy that is. It's really, really unusual. But like I said, I gotta go to North Shore Farms over here. That's a pretty decent supermarket. So, but usually I don't put this in a weather update. But you know what? The weather people need to go outside and take a look at the sky, because it's really unusual. This pathway here takes me out to Jarko Turnpike. Well, I'll look at the sun one more time, and look at how hazy it is when we come out on the other side of this pathway here. But again, you don't need a bunch of computer models to see how our climate is changing, how we are really in a crisis. As the boreal forests start burning to the ground, basically. So the sun is a funny color. Look at that. It's like so red. Look at that. See, look at that. I don't know if that comes up on the video, but we may wind up seeing actually pitch pines start moving into the boreal forests and other fire-loving species of pines, because of the increased fires that are occurring there in the boreal forest, which is where these fires are occurring in Alberta. There's another look at that sun. Strange, strange color that sun is. Very, very unusual to see this. The sun. This is all smoke. There's barely any clouds. It's all smoke. Well, gotta show you one more look as the sun goes down here. That sun is so weak, and you can actually see the smoke in the atmosphere. Look, there it is. Can you see it? Wow. This is surreal. I gotta show it to you again. Look at this. The sun. The sun. This is the sun. It looks like the moon. It's crazy. I've never seen this before. This is some of the thickest smoke I've ever seen. Well, I gotta take video with the camera with this to show you just how crazy the sun looks right now. Not even using my phone, so it looks better. Look at that. That is crazy. Sorry about all these high SUVs in the way. SUVs are a pain. They block your view. That's another reason why they need to be outlawed. But anyway, look at that. That is crazy. That, my friend, is just nuts. That color of that sun is absolutely unbelievable. That is the sun right there. And I'm sorry about the camera going out of focus. There we go. Look at that. Absolutely crazy. There you go, folks. We're witnessing things we've never seen before in the atmosphere. I'm just going to share with you a couple more photos of what it looked like out there, because just incredible. Just the sun, the way it looked in the sky is just absolutely incredible. I'd never seen this before. We are witnessing just history here. It's only going to get worse. So, yeah, very incredible skies out there today. Very unusual, all because of these fires that are going on in Alberta, Canada. And if we add a layer here to this, you'll see we could look at fires and thermal anomalies, and let's include this in here. All right, and we'll close this up, and you will see. Look at all these fires burning right here. These are all huge forest fires in the boreal forests of Alberta, Canada, all because of climate change. So let's take a look at what it's like outside. And let me tell you something. It's muggy out there too. It was not a very on top of the smoke. The temperatures were not all that comfortable. Oh, We don't have an observation from Farmingdale. Well, that's not good. All right, well, the last one did report 69 degrees and a dew point of 61, so getting more humid, and it hit 80. Again, that's not really. I guess we're gonna have to go to the Wonderground site and look at observations there. So let's do that now and see what we got across the area, because it still felt kind of warm out there walking tonight, and I saw a lot of buses with no air conditioning. One of many. All kinds. I saw new ones too, XN40s with no AC. Not really the kind of night you don't want to have AC. Temperatures are dropping off a little bit now, but they were. The thing is, it's humid, so temperatures are dropping to around 70 degrees. But the problem is when we put the dew point in here, you'll see it's going to be more humid. Let's do that, and you'll see, yeah, dew point's already in the 60s, which is somewhat humid. So there you go. So yep, you have that humidity to deal with too on top of it. So we'll go to the Ventus sky, show you this, and then we'll go look at the models. So this is the Ventus sky here. Again, warm, and I'm sure, yeah, it's much warmer in Jersey. I didn't even check Jersey. Oh, I got to check them too. So we have, kind of warm, kind of humid air. Do have a sea breeze now that has developed. We didn't have a sea breeze. Let me actually put that back here. We didn't have a sea breeze earlier. And if we actually take it back to around 2 o'clock, you'll see we had no sea breeze except right along the immediate shore. The winds were from the west, and the temperatures were in the around 80 degrees everywhere with that west wind. And then later on, we got the sea breeze, and it started cooling off. Now we have the sea breeze. But with that, we also have the humidity. The humidity never really went away. It was kind of humid all day today, and just not very nice. And like I said, between the smoke and the very poor air quality, so it looks like all the Weather Service sites are somehow down now. Isn't that mysterious? It did hit 81 in Toms River, so I don't know why these Weather Service sites are down. I don't know why. It's very unusual. But anyway, let's go look at the forecast for this weekend here, and we'll take a look at the models and see, because we do have some chances of showers, and with the smoke around, it's actually going to help aid in the formation of storms and clouds, because there's more condensation nuclei in the atmosphere for the water vapor to condense upon. So stays dry tomorrow, but tomorrow night we start seeing a chance of rain. Then you have this, like I said, this interesting system here, which will have to be watched. Really unusual. Look at that. Almost looks like it formed something tropical. Again, because the waters are so warm, it wouldn't surprise me if it tries to. And then for Sunday, again, dry, and then a chance of showers later on with a more intense cold front that will come through. Whether that'll get rid of the smoke or not remains to be seen, because it depends on where the air is coming from. If we get rid of the smoke or not. So we'll start with top cloud fraction. This is useless. I shouldn't even show this, because it doesn't really show the smoke, which makes it kind of pointless. But I'm kind of using it just to show you this storm here forming that may have to be watched. And Monday and Tuesday we should have a good deal of sunshine, hopefully. But if we have the smoke around, that's not going to happen. So let's go look at the temperatures here. Temperatures for your Saturday are going to be a little hot again. Probably 80s inland, and probably on the North Shore of Long Island, and maybe in the middle of the island. South Shore will be cooler, especially in the afternoon as the sea breeze develops. So it will be cooler along the South Shore. Just another reason you'll want to be on the South Shore if the railroad situation is not going to be enough of a reason to be on the South Shore. And then for Sunday, similar type of deal. Temperatures up near 80 again, but cooler along the shore. And then for Monday and Tuesday, we see those temperatures back off nicely into the upper 60s. But of course, temperatures are one thing, dew point is another, and we are dealing with the humidity. And this model has kind of underestimated the humidity, actually. It has dew points in the 50s, but dew points are already in the 60s. So this model is already off with the dew points. So maybe we shouldn't be using it, because I think it is off and it's underestimating them again. But you can clearly see that front coming through Monday and Tuesday. So let's look at a different model, because obviously this isn't showing the dew points very well. Let's see if this one is doing any better of a job. It looks like it is. So it's showing the high dew points in the 60s. And it backs them off a little bit tomorrow. Not really. Dew points mainly stay in this. Look at this. Look, you can actually see the circulation of this thing. What is it? Some kind of tropical system? We're going to have to watch that. That could be something right there. That could be something right there. And then Sunday, dew points come down a little bit, and then we see the dry air coming. That looks like something. That really does look like something. Let's go to this mode here, our precipitation mode, and see what our next chances of precipitation are. Yeah, look at this. First of all, look at this thing. Loosely, this is really unusual. Again, the smoke is adding extra condensation nuclei. Who knows what it can do to the atmosphere? That looks like some kind of tropical system. It really does. We'll have to look at the wind field now, which is not something. All right, so let's look at our area. We have some showers to our west. NAM doesn't seem to think they're going to affect us. I think it stays dry. Sunday, a bigger risk with the cold front Sunday night. And some of these might be strong, but that's mainly to the north and west. And so it looks like no threats for severe weather or really any substantial rainfall through the weekend. Well, we're going to have to actually go to lower dynamics, and we're going to have to look at the wind and see if this thing actually shows up with a wind field. It does. It does. Look at that. Wow. All right, so you know what? We're going to jump on over to Google, or not Google. We're going to jump on to earthknowleschool.net and see what the water temperatures are in this area. All right, so we're at earthknowleschool.net. Let's look at the model and see. All right, so it's over. It looks like it's somewhere around 68 west and 40 north. So let's take a look and see if we can. What's somewhere over here? 68 west and 40 north. Let's see. Yeah, it's close. So the water temperature in this spot is about. All right, let's change that to 82 degrees. Well, that can support a tropical storm or hurricane. Yes. That's well above what it's supposed to be. And you can see here what's going on. We're looking at the water here. Let me just move this over here like this. This will be a long weather update because we really have a lot of problems. So this climate crisis is really starting to ramp up. So you can see all the cool water on the top hand. This is all meltwater from all the ice. The ice is up north is melting at a very quick rate. Because of that, what it's doing is it's causing the Gulf Stream to kind of slow down and kind of pool up this area of hot water off the southeast coast. And this is going to be a breeding ground for tropical storms and hurricanes this year and perhaps many more years to come. And this, of course, is going to be the threat to those areas that live along the coast within a few miles of the water. Those people on the South Shore are going to have to deal with that. So, yeah, water temperatures up over 80 degrees, 81.5 in this area. And if we go here in this area, water temperature is only 48, so it's actually a big difference. And again, because you have this Labrador current increasing, so you're seeing the shutdown and the slow change of our ocean currents as we change the salinity of the ocean, because a lot of this is fresh water, so it affects the conveyor and how everything, it messes up everything. All right, so let's take a look at anomalies, shall we? So let's put this back in this area here where it's 82 degrees. And let's look at the anomalies here. Sea surface temperature anomaly. That is a 8 degree anomaly, almost an 8 degree anomaly of water temperatures. And actually, it's even higher over here. It's even higher. 13 degrees Fahrenheit above normal in this area over here. Meanwhile, you go over here, there's water that's actually almost 12 degrees below normal. So you have huge difference here. And this, again, is because you have this cold water coming out from all the ice melting. And a lot of this is fresh water, and it's messing up the ocean circulation. And this is going to do a number on... The only thing we can hope for is that this cold water somehow is able to keep this hot water to the south, so at least we could have a buffer of maybe 60 to 100 miles. That way, if anything does form, at least maybe it'll have a chance to weaken somewhat before it affects us. Again, this storm, not a threat to us. But again, this could be the next second named storm of the season. We will have to watch that very closely as this week goes on. You know, it's this weekend goes on. It's crazy. We'll go to the cloud fraction, but again, this doesn't show up the smoke. It's kind of useless to even use this on this model, but you can actually see the circulation by looking at it. Look at it. There it is. I'll play it again for you. Look over there. There it is. Look at the lower right-hand corner of your screen right there. So that's something that definitely bears watching, and we'll have to keep our eye on it. That's for sure. So in the end part of this weather update, I'll just point out the problems with all this smoke in the air, and the problem with these smokes and these Arctic wildfires, or should I say subarctic in the boreal forest, is that the smoke will find its way onto these glaciers and darken them. So it'll get onto the ice and darken it, which darker things absorb more heat, and so they'll melt faster. And so not only the sea ice, but also the ice in Greenland. And we're seeing rapid melts of this, and this is the stuff that's going to raise your sea level here. So for those folks, again, on the South Shore in their little enclave, they will be that they're saying 60 to 80 years. I think we may have as little as 20 years before at least the water reaches Merrick Road. All right, that's what I think. I think it's going to happen a lot quicker than people realize. Once this cycle starts, it's going to happen very rapidly. So that will conclude this weather update. Again, we are in a climate emergency, climate crisis, I should say, and something needs to be done about it. People need to wake up. Not getting a lot of coverage in the news. We are in a real serious problem. Oh, that's right. I forgot one other thing. That's right. Let's go and look at the temperatures on Earth in oldskool.net, the actual air temperatures, and show you something. I want to show you the conditions of where these fires are occurring. So the fires are, change this to Fahrenheit. Fires are occurring in this area, Alberta, and it's much warmer than it's supposed to be. It shouldn't be 76 degrees in Alberta. It gets near 80 there. It's not supposed to be that warm at this time of the year. It's way above normal. And so it's warmer and drier than it should be, and this is what's causing these forest fires to occur. And it's all because of the wavy jet streams. The wavy diffuse jet streams that we have. So that's what I'll show you. That'll be the last part of this video. I'll show you what the issue is. So let's take a look at the jet stream here. Wind, and we will change this up to 250. We'll use this. Alright, here we go. Look at this. Look at the mess this jet stream is. Alright, and this is really what is going on. So this jet stream is just a mess right now. You can see it's just way up going way up almost into the Arctic Circle, which is crazy. You have a split jet stream, split flow. It's diffuse, it's wavy. You're getting all this warm air that's not supposed to be this far north, going way up into the Arctic, causing all these problems in Canada. This is what we're facing. This is all due to the fact the Arctic gets warmer, so you have less of a difference in temperature between the Arctic and the equator, which means a weaker, more diffuse jet stream, because the jet stream is powered by the difference between the poles and the equator. I'll explain that again for the umpteenth time. But people need to wake up. We are in a climate crisis, and it's pretty soon I think people are going to wake up, because we're seeing things really start ramping up, and it's going to ramp up really quickly, and it's really going to bring humanity to its knees. People need to take this seriously. Anyway, take care, and thank you for watching.